I never had any ambition to serve in politics. In fact, the first position I ever held was in the House of Representatives. But I had some friends who approached me after I'd been in education and raising some cattle and horses, so rural lifestyle, and thought that I might be a good fit, and asked me to go and put my name in the hat. Took me a little bit to decide if that's what I wanted to do, but we had recently become grandparents, and that I just turned something in my stomach that I need to serve and look out for future generations.
I first met Senator and Mrs. Owens when I was working with another associate on a project we were doing, and our backs were against a wall and we needed a hero, and that's when God brought Senator Owens into our realm. We were working on a project that was an unpopular topic, that was of a delicate nature, and we needed someone that was willing to take on something really hard, and Senator Owens came through for us big time.
Lobbyists are always seeing, okay, who do I got? Who's on my side, who's not on my side? We're always counting how many legislators I have. And the worst thing you can do as a lobbyist is think someone's on your side and walk away, and when the voting happens, that guy wasn't on your side. I never have to worry about that with Senator Owens. He's gonna tell me right up front, you got me or you don't.
We ended up passing a piece of legislation that went through the entire process without a single nay vote. And I just felt like that was so telling of who Senator Owens is as a person, because I've been on Capitol Hill and I've heard people make the comment that they would not support a bill simply because of who was running it. And the fact that it went through the entire process without a single nay vote, I feel like speaks volumes of who Senator Owens, other fellow senators and legislators, what they think of him.
Senator Owens was the first person to give Utah Metropolitan Ballet a voice on Capitol Hill. When I sat down with him, usually you get 10 minutes tops with the legislator. And I sat down with him, had a 10-minute pitch, was gonna be in and out. He said, well, my wife's a dancer. I mean, first of all, I have no idea if he loves ballet. I have no idea if he loves dancing, but he fell in love with a dancer. So I knew I'm gonna get a little bit more than 10 minutes out of him. You're waiting the entire session to see what comes out from that appropriation, because it's not until like the last week of the session when you actually find out if your request made it. And he came and grabbed me that last week and said, hey, I just want you to know Utah Metropolitan Ballet's request was at the top of my list.
I don't have an agenda, and so I never go out looking for something to run legislation on. It just kind of comes to you. And as issues come up in the community and the state, and I see a need or feel like I can make a difference there, I just work.
Senator Owens has just been an amazing partner in trying to solve rural issues. And most recently, he got heavily involved with rural EMS across the state. We had a crisis situation in emergency medical services, and Senator Owens got engaged and basically helped to completely restructure how the Bureau of EMS was operating and how they were being funded, and ensure that we had Bureau representatives across the state.
He sees something that needs to be done. He sees a need, and he fills a need. He finds a solution, and he's just a naturally service-oriented person. He's one of the finest men I know. He's just given of himself and of his time, and his wife, Heather, is the same. Just very wonderful people.
So when he first told me he was going to run for office, I just looked at him, I was like, are you crazy? We are not politicians. But then after his first year, he did Miley's bill. One of his constituents was a victim of child abuse, and she is forever disabled. So he was able to run the bill, and now there's a registry. So these people can't be our scoutmasters. They might be our next door neighbors, but we know we can protect our kids. So after he did that his first year, I'm like, okay, we need to have a voice, we need to have a say. Before that, I was probably super passive. You know, oh, they're up there, they're doing their job, it's fine. But he's been able to do a lot of good things, so I'm proud of him.